Hello everybody, I'm David Abrahams. I'm the new scientific director of the Isaac Newton Institute, and it's my pleasure to welcome you all here for this Open for Business event. If you will allow me to indulge myself, I'd just like to say a few words about the Isaac Newton Institute and the Turing Gateway to Mathematics, and then you can get on for the business of the day. So the Isaac Newton Institute is the sort of premier institute that's independent for the study of mathematics in the UK. By mathematics we mean it in its broader sense, so it's here to further the aims of mathematics in its own right, but also for mathematics to interact with other disciplines, i.e. in interdisciplinary activity, but also to get mathematicians to talk to people outside academia, so other mathematicians in industry and business, but also users of mathematics, as they call it. It's been going for almost 25 years now, and it's been remarkably successful, and one of the ways it gets out and about is through these Open for Business events. And this is organized through the Turing Gateway to Mathematics, which is essentially the knowledge exchange arm of the Isaac Newton Institute. Jane Leeks is the manager of the Turing Gateway to Mathematics, and she'll say a few words about that in a minute. I'd just like to say that the Newton Institute manages to run itself and prosecute its aims through the running of long programs, which are typically 4 or 6 months, on different areas of mathematics. And usually there's 2 programs running in parallel here. But at the moment, because of the demand for programs, it's running for 18 months, a pilot of having 3 programs in parallel. And at the moment, they're broadly statistical based. And it's been fascinating for me as a non-statistician to have watched their progress. And this Open for Business event is well, one of the activities, one of the programs, outreach events. As well as the programs, there are workshops here which are typically 1 month long, and they're interspersed through the programs. If anyone is interested in attending workshops, programs, any of the activities here, then you're very welcome to do so. People can just drop in on a day or 2-day basis. If they want to come for longer, then they're welcome to contact me or any of the other program organizers. We want to make what we do here as accessible to the whole community as possible, and we have a variety of ways of connecting. So, for example, we have, as I said, short visits that anyone is able to make. We have remote participation, so all of our activities are streamed live, and then there's recorded talks which you can find on our website as well. We have junior membership to try and encourage early career researchers to visit us as well. We also have mailing lists, of course, and if you are interested in knowing about what's coming up in the next few years, then please contact us and we'll put you on the mailing list. We're very, very keen on ensuring diversity, so we want to have the widest possible participation here. And so, for example, we're having Women in Data Science meeting next week in this building. But we will try and reach out to everyone, irrespective of gender, ethnicity, and we try and have a diverse range of program participants from all over the world. We also have social media activity, which I've yet to find out how it works. So you'll find us on Twitter and Facebook as well. Okay, I think that's enough about the Newton Institute, but if anyone has a burning ambition to run a program to bring mathematicians together with other areas, then please do so. And I think that this particular program that this Open for Business event connects to is really a good example of the way we can actually impact outside the mathematical arena. I found it fascinating. It's been a privilege for me to have met those involved. Finally, before I pass on to Jane, could I thank our sponsors? So the Newton Institute exists through the support of the EPSRC and the other research councils of the UK. It gets money from many other sources, benefaction, and also contributions in kind and financial from the University of Cambridge. And today's event, I should say, is supported by the Criminal Bar Association, for which we're very grateful. Thanks very much, and if you want to talk to me during the day, you'll see me around. And I'll pass you over to Jane. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I promise I'll only be a couple of minutes very quickly, just to give you a little bit more of an overview about the Turing Gateway to Mathematics. I'm delighted to see so many of you here today, particularly a challenge for some of our participants who have other sort of very important commitments, which makes it very difficult to attend such events. Just a few words about the Turing Gateway to Mathematics. We are the impact initiative of the Isaac Newton Institute, which David has just been talking to you about. We've been running since March 2013, so almost 4 years. Basically, what we're about is acting as a vehicle for knowledge exchange between the mathematical sciences and users of maths. So that can be multiple disciplines, it can be industry, it can be government, public sector. So we just basically exist to try and facilitate the transfer of this knowledge, to make things happen, to bring the right sorts of people together at events such as this one. So I suppose another way of explaining this is that we are a knowledge intermediary. There's a lot of cross-fertilisation that goes on between what the Isaac Newton Institute is doing and our own activities. And this Open for Business event, which is linked to this programme on probability and statistics in the forensic sciences, is one example of that. We do our own other events and activities, as you'll see if you look on our website and see some of the things that we're involved in. And sometimes interesting activities spin out of certain programmes. So, for instance, as a result of the polynomial optimisation programme in 2013, we spun out an optimisation for space engineering initiative, which involved the European Space Agency, Airbus, the sort of space community, and mathematical experts in areas such as optimisation. And that is still running with the next event in Bremen, Germany in the new year. So as I said, we run these events, but we're more generally a delivery partner. So we work with industry and other organisations, BAE Systems, GCHQ, some of the research councils, other academic institutions, as and when they need us to work with them, very much as a delivery partner. Obviously that goes without saying, what we do is very much a bespoke approach. So, you know, events, workshops and consultations very often can be embedded within a programme of work which would go on over a number of months, and individual projects as well. There is opportunity for organisations, whether they be commercial or government, to become partners with us. And if anyone's interested in finding out any more about that, please come and speak to me. You know, if you have a need to address a particular technical issue, or you want to landscape an area, or look at gaining consensus and mapping out a future research strategy, that's what we're all about. And just the final slide, just to give you a taste of what we've got coming up. Very busy next week. We've got two very interesting events as part of the data linkage and anonymisation programme. And then we've got a little gap when we're doing an event in London on algorithmic trading, so the high frequency trading area, which is fairly contentious in a number of respects. And then, as you can see, the sort of breadth of the areas that we're involved in, so environmental modelling, health imaging in healthcare, digital currency, which is currently in development, and a joint event with UCL Big Data Initiative on theory of big data, and then an event on soft matter going through into the autumn. But obviously some of this stuff is still in development, but further information can be found on our website. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce
me.
Layla.
Introduce him.
Right, I was going to introduce Layla, who's one of the organisers. who will take it from here.
Yes.